Dear graduates, warmest congratulations on your graduation. May this day be the beginning of a future filled with success and happiness. We would like to request that you use hashtag 36 IIUM Convo, hashtag IIUM Convo 2022, hashtag IIUM Alumni when you post this happy occasion on social media. Ladies and gentlemen, we kindly request you to put your phone on silent mode as not to interrupt the ceremony. We also request you not to leave the hall until the convocation ceremony is adjourned. We will now screen a short safety video announcement. Please pay your attention to the screens in front of you. Thank you. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, pihak majlis meminta kerjasama tuan-tuan dan puan-puan untuk mengaktifkan mod senyap di telefon bimbit tuan-tuan dan puan-puan supaya tidak mengganggu perjalanan istiadat convocation. Majlis juga memohon kerjasama para hadirin untuk tidak meninggalkan dewan ini sehingga istiadat convocation selesai. Video pengumuman keselamatan akan dipaparkan sebentar lagi. Sila beri perhatian kepada skrin di hadapan anda. Terima kasih.
May we have your attention, please? This is a public safety announcement. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to International Islamic University, Malaysia.
You are now in the IIUM Cultural Center.
Upon the sound of a fire alarm or when evacuation order has been issued, please evacuate the building immediately. Emergency situations can be triggered by the presence of potential hazards such as fire and natural disaster. This building has 10 main emergency exits. Please take notes on emergency evacuation routes, locations of exit doors and staircases. Exit signs will remain illuminated at all times. Please take a moment to locate the nearest exit to you. During evacuation process, please remain calm and walk to the nearest exit according to predetermined evacuation routes. If you are in the upper floor, please familiarize yourself with staircase locations. For faster and safer evacuation process, please refrain from talking and running. Once you are outside the building, please proceed to the nearest assembly point and wait for further instruction. Thank you for your attention. This message is brought to you by IIUM Safety and Health Committee. Safety is as simple as A, B, C. Always be careful.
like to contextualize this meeting today is what we call celebrating IIiM 2020.
Hari ini, Perintah Kawalan Pergerakan dilaksana di seluruh negara bagi mengekang penularan COVID-19.
Perintah Kawalan Pergerakan mulai 18 Mac 2020 iaitu lusa hingga 31 Mac 2020 di seluruh negara.
Let me reassure you, as far as I am concerned, the situation in the university is well under control.
Procession enters the hall. Please rise.
يا ربي بالمصطفى بلغ مقاصدنا واغفر لنا ما مضى يا واسع الكرم يا ربي بالمصطفى بلغ مقاصدنا واغفر لنا ما مضى يا واسع الكرم آمين تذكر جيراني بذي سلامي ما زاج تدم الجرى من مقلة بدمي يا ربي بالمصطفى بلغ مقاصدنا واغفر لنا ما مضى يا واسع الكرم أم هبت الريح من تلقاء كاظمة وأومض البرق في ظلاء من إضمي واغفر لنا ما مضى يا واسع الكرم
Let us sing together the national anthem Negaraku, followed by the IIUM anthem leading the way.
Let's lead the way, light in the future, share the wisdom to the spirit of Islam. Revelation and reason shall excel, shall prevail. Merging faith and knowledge, we the Khalifa, we will fulfill the amanah. Together we make the world a better place. Forever expand the culture of Iqra. IIUM is to realize the meaning of Ramadan lil Alamin. Together we make the world a better place. Forever expand the culture of Iqra. IIUM is to realize the meaning of mercy to all worlds for all mankind.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Honorable Professor Emeritus Tan Sri Datuk Zulkifli Abdul Razak, Rector of the International Islamic University, Malaysia, respected University Management Committee and Senate members, parents and graduates of the 36th IIUM Convocation Ceremony, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good afternoon. Honorable Professor Emeritus Tan Sri Datuk Zulkifli Abdul Razak, Rector of the International Islamic University, Malaysia, will now declare open the 16th session of the 36th Convocation Ceremony of the International Islamic University, Malaysia.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. I hereby declare open the 16th session of the 36th Convocation Ceremony of the International Islamic University Malaysia for the presentation of diplomas, certificates, and awards. Thank you.
I have the pleasure to call upon Ustaz Muhammad Asfandia Dilawar Khan from Center for Languages and Pre-University Academic Development to recite Surah Al-Alaq.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق. خلق الإنسان من علق. اقرأ وربك الأكرم الذي علم بالقلم. اقرأ وربك الأكرم الذي علم بالقلم علم الإنسان ما لم يعلم. كلا أن رآه استغنى إن إلى ربك الرجعى. كلا إن الإنسان ليطغى أن رآه استغنى إن إلى ربك الرجعى. أرأيت الذي ينهى عبدا إذا صلى. أرأيت إن كان على الهدى أو أمر بالتقوى. أرأيت إن كذب وتولى ألم يعلم بأن الله يرى. كلا لئن لم ينته لنسفعا بالناصية. ناصية كاذبة خاطئة فليدع ناديه سندع الزبانية كلا لا تطعه واسجد واقترب صدق الله العظيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Thank you, Ustaz. I have the pleasure to call upon Honorable Professor Emeritus Tan Sri Datuk Zulkifli Abdul Razak, Rector of the International Islamic University in Malaysia, to deliver the convocation address.
Thank you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu asyrafil anbiya mursalin Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Respected University Management Committee and Senate members, Yang Amat Arif, Prof. Datuk Setia Dr. Muhammad Naim Haji Mokhtar, Chief Judge, Department of Sharia Judiciary Malaysia, parents and graduates of 36 IIiUM Convocation ceremonies, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Greeting of peace and salam sejahtera. All praises be unto Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the realization of this ceremony, which is organized by IIiUM Academy of Graduates and Professional Studies, thus called IIiUM Academy, in close collaboration with various committees of the main Convocation Organizing Committee. It is indeed a pleasure to be here with all of you, and I warmly welcome each one of you for being here on this very joyous occasion. Congratulations to all of you recipients of diplomas and certificates, and on this day mark another milestone in your life, I'm sure. Since most of you are professionals, working professionals from various organizations and institutions, your achievements means a great deal for us, a testimony of your unwavering resilience and determination in the pursuit of knowledge, and also the relevance of this university in adding to your professional experiences. I do hope these achievements will propel you to more success, and in a way which is not only meaningful to you, but also to the university and the society at large. Esteemed graduates, ladies and gentlemen, our hope is for you to continue your success in this ever-changing world that demands a lot more knowledge, new knowledge as we go by. Although these past few years may have been unprecedented in many ways, education remains the best investment that we can make. Indeed, it is much more so now when everything else changes. Education also need to follow suit and give new inspiration to the solutions that we are going to find. And the habits of learning and education also has changed as we go along. Not only it is lifelong now, it is also called a life-wide. In other words, you not only have to know the depth of it, but you also need to know the breadth of it and how things connect with one another if we were to find a sustainable solution for the future. The well-being of society suddenly becomes a bigger agenda than just a well-being of individuals around the world, as many people have suffered because of this unprecedented pandemic, particularly in the Muslim world, the Muslim Ummah, and our part of the world as well, that needs to be fashioned back in a way that they could survive the future in such a way that thoughtfulness, kindness, sympathy, compassion, empathy, all these words that have been used before comes right in front of our eyes, because these are the platform for we are able to live together as a human person in this world that is very chaotic. Until and unless we have and grasp this value among ourselves, if you can't even understand your neighbor, you will not be understand the world at large, the world that we are trying to solve the problems for. And therefore, intelligence is a limited thing until you used it in the way which is very thinking, not just haphazardly the way it is seen today in many of the medias, particularly in the social media. Scholars and professionals like yourself need to be the radar for this. You need to make the decision where we should begin and where we should stop. And we are the one that, in a way, becomes the vanguard of society. In meeting the demands for the post-pandemic world, the need to devote ourselves as professionals is something that is imperative, because we, in many ways, live at the cutting edge of knowledge, and therefore, we are at the forefront of many of the things that we do, particularly in your case about laws and Sharia, banking and finance, Islamic studies, and nursing at the same time. Added to these are elements like big data, IoT, and artificial intelligence. All this will be adding on to our knowledge, but we are not sure whether this will be better than it was before when we do not understand them the way it should be understood. So for the world to move, we need people like you to move not only knowledge, but also combine it with your experience. That experience, I think, will be one to none, because you are the one who knows what the experience is on the ground, and you will then be the best judge how to use this knowledge in this particular context. For the world to overcome its present challenges, as members of the international community, we must therefore adapt, adopt, and commit to certain reforms, and this begins with ourselves by leading the way to embrace a better world. And a better world, in our case, an Islamic world within the Islamic perspective. While there are many who resist this form of change, we have no choice, otherwise change will be forced onto us, whether we like it or not, as the pandemic has mentioned, has said it in front of us very clearly. For those of you who are highly educated, I hope this will be the starting point for us to seek the blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that we are equipped with patience and resilience and the energy to move on and take on the new challenges as it comes. Doing so with the might of knowledge, alongside with a fine compass of spiritual and moral values, will allow us to overcome the difficulties faced by societies throughout the world. I want to believe it is for this reason that you enroll for the postgraduate studies in IIUM, and I hope it is worth it. That you are here not merely for another certificate, but more importantly, how to apply those knowledge that you have got within this university for the list of achievements that you are going to exhibit, but more importantly, for the impact on society as a whole. You are here today for a bigger mission, for a higher purpose of education, and more so for a higher purpose of life in this world that is now very chaotic. As individuals who have been in different working environments and with tremendous experience, I am pretty sure you have a lot more to say and a lot more to contribute as far as the reality is concerned. The reality is that is now facing us, that many of us are looking for answers. Your experiences, therefore, becomes an added advantage. Situation that demands solution and approaches that is everything but conventional. Not that the conventional is no longer useful, but I think we need to move beyond the conventional, because the problems that we see today are in themselves non-conventional. My hope it is therefore that the education that you have received from us shall enable you to become not only problem solvers, but more importantly, game changers in our context, to bring in the Islamic ideals, the Islamic perspective, and indeed the Islamic solution as an added advantage to what we have got today in the world at large. As leaders in this community you belong to, you have to be brave to take the lead in analyzing and offering solutions to the various complex legal, financial, moral, and social issues, and ensuring justice and fairness is served within society, and no one is indeed left behind. This cliche, no one is left behind, I take it with a pinch of salt. At the moment, there are thousands and millions of them are left behind. You just need to talk about the vaccines alone. You know, as we talk about no one left behind, the vaccines are creating different kind of a paradigm of what they call vaccine nationalism, vaccine appetite, and also vaccine inequity. So we really need to understand what is no one left behind means and work through it if you're really interested in justice and rahmatan lil alamin, the way we said it in this university. Lead the way by acknowledging our deficiencies and our vulnerabilities. This will be a point that makes us a little bit more humble, to learn a lot more, and to be even more courageous and bold to redefine what needs to be redefined for the good of all. Let us then look for the future with new knowledge, new ideas, new courage, and new flexibility to freely cross boundaries, regardless where and when. We lead the way to cultivate and nurture new talents of individuals who are not chained or tied or shackled to the old ways of thinking. You will be the present and the future leaders who can pose new questions, critical new questions, than merely solving problems the way we used to be. Intellectuals who are also possessed with all-embracing views of the community and others, with warm heart and strong team spirit, will allow working together to achieve its common goal for many that has not been privileged to be in university. No obstacle is insurmountable, and we can wisely work together with a sort of knowledge, with a kind of agility and flexibility, so that right morals, values, and spiritual remain intact. Many a times, this will be sacrificed for market or commercial interests, that morals and spiritual values get left behind. So on that note, let me once again congratulate all of you, all the diplomas and the certificate recipients today. This is certainly an added advantage for you, and certainly a pride and joy for us to be able to do that for you, along with your family members and lecturers, and certainly your friends. I would like, in this particular case, to record my appreciation to the many who have contributed this under the leadership of Professor Ahmad Faris Ismail, the Deputy Rector of Academic and Internalization, who works very hard day and night for the last 7 days and night, I think, and we are very, very relieved to know that it's the last session. Hopefully it will go well, to ensure that the 36th IIiUM Convocation ceremony go unblemished as far as our record goes, for the first time under the pandemic. IIiUM Academy and its team in charge of this 16th anniversary, congratulations for your effort. Under the cloud of COVID-19, it was not easy to plan for this ceremony that stretches over 8 long days, and might add night as well. But there you are, we are here today, and we finally is at the last session of this 36th convocation, which is a memorable one, at least from my point of view. I've been attending many convocations, but never something like this, with everybody have a mask on their face somehow or other. All the way, we have provided some very nice, calm, and collected sort of a session. And I would like to thank everybody, particularly the conferer, for all the other sessions who have made their bid for this university and make it possible for more than, I think, 5,000 students to graduate within this occasion. With the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this convocation, inshallah, will go ahead, and we will see you sometimes in this campus as the alumni of the university to come back and contribute where we can, as far as this university is concerned and as far as the world is concerned. On that note, let's pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that we've given His blessing, His daya, and more importantly, the courage to make the difference once you have now become the alumni of this university. Wabillahi taufiq wa hidayah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. And thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Tan Sri. I have the pleasure to call upon Professor Dr. Farid Sufyan bin Shuaib, Dean of Ahmad Ibrahim Kuliah of Laws, for the presentation of diplomas.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I respectfully call upon Honorable Professor Emeritus Tan Sri Dato' Zulkifli Abdul Razak, Rector of the International Islamic University of Malaysia, to present the diplomas to the graduates.
Diploma in Administration of Islamic Judiciary.
Hadi bin Hidzan. Amar Imtiaz bin Muhammad Razi. Muhammad Ajrul Mukminin bin Yubaitullah. Muhammad Ammar Yasir bin Ahmad Nazri. Wan Muhammad Ajwad bin Wan Halim. Ain Farhani binti Adnan. Aniza binti Abdul Aziz. Nur Sakina binti Syuko. Ummu Umairah binti Muhammad Waji. Zarid Sofia binti Zaini. Zi Afnan binti Daud Latfi.
Diploma in Sharia Law and Legal Practice.
Muhammad Faizal bin Rosli alias Lim Siopo. Nabila binti Yahya. Nur Amalina binti Muhammad Rosli. Nur Fatin binti Muhammad Zain. Nurul Aisyah binti Nizar.
Post Basic in Nursing Certificate, Critical Care.
Nur Azizah binti Zamri. Liana binti Muhammad Tajuddin. Tengku Hanis Rafidah binti Tengku Halim.
I have the pleasure to call upon Assistant Professor Dr. Muhammad Kamil Cik Hassan, Dean of Kuliah of Nursing, for the presentation of certificates.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I respectfully call upon Honorable Professor Emeritus Tan Sri Dato' Zulkifli Abdul Razak Rector of the International Islamic University Malaysia, to present the certificates to the recipients.
Post-Basic in Nursing Certificate, Operative Care.
Badrul Muiz bin Toriman. Muhammad Afwan bin Wan Muhammad Amno.
Thank you, Tan Sri.
Thank you, Doctor. We will now have a short intermission. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated. You will now be entertained by the IIiUM students from Center for Arts and Cultural Sustainable Development, Citra. Ladies and gentlemen, let us enjoy Laskar Pelangi.
Mimpi adalah kunci untuk kita menaklukkan dunia. Berlarilah tanpa lelah sampai engkau meraihnya. Laskar Pelangi takkan terikat waktu. Bebaskan mimpimu di angkasa, warnai bintang di jiwa. Menarilah dan terus tertawa, walau dunia tak seindah syurga. Bersyukurlah pada yang kuasa, cinta kita di dunia selamanya. Selamanya. Cinta kepada hidup memberikan senyuman abadi. Walau hidup kadang tak adil, tapi cinta lengkapi kita. Laskar Pelangi takkan terikat waktu. Jangan berhenti mewarnai jutaan mimpi di bumi. Menarilah dan terus tertawa, walau dunia tak seindah
I now have the pleasure to call upon Professor Dr. Rusni Hassan, Dean of IIiUM Institute of Islamic Banking and Finance, for the presentation of certificates.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. I respectfully call upon Honorable Professor Emeritus Tan Sri Datuk Zulkifli Abdul Razak, Rector of the International Islamic University Malaysia, to present the certificates to the recipients.
Certificate in Islamic Banking and Finance.
Aizat bin Fuadi, Anas bin Abdul Hamid, Leong Chi Mun, Muhammad Hamidi bin Abdullah, Muhammad Hilmi bin Muhammad, Muhammad Faizal bin Ismail, Muhammad Tarmizi bin Ahmad, Muhammad Raziz bin Sudin, Muhammad Mikrajul Haq bin Azman, Nasrul bin Ramli, Ayu Roslinda binti Yahaya, Nurul Amira binti Johan Apandi, Nur Hidayah binti Zulkifli, Siti Nur Maizatul Ain binti Abbas, Nurul Syafiqah binti Syahrim, Suzah binti Ahmad Kamal, Fairuz binti Haji Azrai, Elia Sabarina binti Ahmad,
Thank you, Honorable Tan Sri.
Thank you, Honorable Professor. I have the pleasure to call upon Professor Dr. Akmal Khuzairi Abdul Rahman, Director of the Center for Islamization, for the presentation of certificates.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. I respectfully call upon Honorable Professor Emeritus Tan Sri Datuk Zulkifli Abdul Razak, Rector of the International Islamic University Malaysia, to present the certificates to the recipients.
Postgraduate Diploma in Islamic Studies.
Khairul Azri bin Ponari, Muhammad Muzassir Rahman, Muhammad Ismail bin Muhammad Yunus, Muhammad Syaiful Ehsan bin Shalihin, Muhammad Ashraf bin Rostam, Nur Azam bin Kamaruzaman, Teddy Surya Gunawan, Wan Azdi bin Muhammad Abu Bakar, Dayana binti Ibrahim, Hanidah Hani binti Muhammad Mukhtar, Mazlinah binti Ghazali, Nilar Win Elias Fahmida, Norafiza binti Abu Hassan, Nuraini binti Muhammad Noor, Nurfaiza Muhammad Tohid, Nurlila Ahmad, Nur Yuslida binti Hazahari, Nurul Hidayah binti Ahmad Fazilah, Nurul Ain binti Ahya Limuddin, Nurul Amirah binti Mustafa, Nurul Fariza binti Zulkurnain, Parvin Kausar binti Yaakob, Putri Shirin Jan binti Kasim, Rositi Mashani binti Muhammad Sani, Roziha binti Cik Harun, Salina binti Kasim, Salina binti Mohin, Siti Fatimah binti Abdul Rahman, Siti Mariam binti Muda, Siti Nur Khairina binti Sautali, Siti Nur Iliani binti Ja'far, Wan Hasliza binti Wan Mamat,
Bustan Al-Ilm Certificate.
Rani bin Musa, Abdul Razak bin Yahya, Azhar bin Ahmad, Hashim bin Haji Ali, Datuk Jamshah bin Mustafa, Mazalan Yusof, Mat Nazri bin Asmuri, Muhammad Marjida bin Mahari, Muhammad Nazri bin Abidin, Haji Naim bin Haji Alias, Rosali bin Ahmad, Samsuddin bin Ismail, Tajuddin bin Harun, Zakaria bin Mat, Ajiah binti Muhammad, Aliyah binti Jamin, Amriah binti Saleh, Aniza binti Saihon, Dr. Hajah Asiyah binti Haji Ibrahim, Asnah binti Arsad, Azmah binti Muhammad Ali, Aziah binti Haji Damiri, Farohaini binti Abdul Majid, Fatimah binti Abdul Rasid, Fatimah binti Ali, Fauziah Abdullah, Halidah binti Harun, Harziah binti Ghazali, Hasnah binti Harun, Azimah binti Muhammad Ali, Intan Zanariah binti Muhammad Baharin, Jasni binti Abdul Aziz, Kasmiah binti Chai, Khadijah binti Muhammad Noor, Khairun Najah binti Hassan, Marina binti Abu Bakar, Nik Hafsah binti Nik Hasan, Orlin binti Muhammad Noor, Noroziah binti Mat Ismail, Nora binti Mat Rais, Noraini binti Muhammad Tahir, Nur Aniza binti Sa'id, Nur Azimah binti Muhammad Saleh, Nur Faridah binti Uthman, Datin Sri Nur Hafizah binti Uthman, Nurhaini binti Ahmed, Nur Izan binti Hassan, Normah binti Amiruddin, Datuk Nuriyah Hashim, Normah binti Idris, Nuriyah Saharan, Rokiah binti Denan, Ruhani binti Muhammad, Rohani binti Hashim, Rokiah binti Sya'ari, Ruziah binti Wagini, Rukiah binti Arsyad, Hajjah Rusnah binti Haji Ahmed, Salila binti Rahmat, Saliza binti Muhammad Zillah, Salmah Budin, Samsiah binti Abu Bakar, Sarina binti Muhammad Mahbor, Sharifah Nurasikin binti Said Mahaze, Sharifah Muhammad Diah, Sobirah binti Haji Hamid, Siti Aminah binti Muhammad Ali, Siti Asiyah binti Saleh, Siti Aisyah binti Songgib, Siti Fatimah binti Kusani, Siti Mani binti Abdullah, Siti Norlena binti Basri, Siti Suryana binti E. Manaf, Suryati binti Hashim, Wan Maziyah binti Hamzah, Wan Ruzaida binti Wan Muhammad Kamarudin, Zainab binti Yahya, Zakiyah binti Kasim, Zaniyah Ahmad, Musalmah Mat Haibani, Wan Hasimah binti Wan Sulaiman, Maimunah binti Muhammad Saleh, Puziah binti Sa'ad,
Thank you, Honorable Country.
Thank you, Honorable Professor. I now have the pleasure to call upon Professor Dr. Ahmad Faris Ismail, Deputy Rector for Academic and Internationalization and Chairman of the 36th IIiUM Convocation ceremony for the presentation of awards.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. It is with great honor I respectfully call upon Honorable Professor Emeritus Tan Sri Datuk Zulkifli Abdul Razak, Director of the International Islamic University Malaysia, to present the Best Student Awards to the winners. From Harun M. Hashim Law Center, the winner for the best student overall is Muhammad Faisal bin Rosli alias Lim Sio Po. And from IIiUM Institute of Islamic Banking and Finance, the winner for the best student overall is Muhammad Mikhrajul Haq bin Azman. Thank you, Honorable Rector.
Thank you, Professor. Representing the graduates, Mr. Muhammad Faisal bin Rosli, alias Lim Sio Po, who has been awarded the Diploma in Sharia and Legal Practice, will now deliver his valedictory speech.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Honorable Professor Emeritus Tan Sri Datuk Zulkifli Abdul Razak, Rector of International Islamic University of Malaysia, respected University Management Committee, and Senate members, parents and graduands of 36th IIiUM Convocation ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good afternoon. Today is an exciting day for us, the graduands, parents, spouse, family, and friends. First of all, I would like to congratulate all of the graduands for this session, especially for Diploma in Sharia and Legal Practice, DSLP, who are participating in 36th IIiUM Convocation. Despite the odds and hardship, Alhamdulillah, we managed to graduate and attend this momentous ceremony. So yeah, let's give ourselves a big round of applause. I am honored and humbled to be speaking in front of excellent graduates. I'm sure most of you didn't know who I am, right? I'm Muhammad Faisal, the graduate for the SLP. My journey to achieve this diploma has not been an easy one. Let me share with you how tough it was to come to this stage. Initially, I intended to pursue my Sharia degree, which was my ambition, since my CFS matriculation center in PJ back in 2011. However, I failed the Arabic language test, and then for that reason, I was unable to proceed with my Sharia degree. And fast forward, after my LLB graduation in 2017, I applied to do my Sharia degree, diploma in UiTM, but I got rejected twice because I'm not a Bumiputra. Maybe some of you wondering why I'm not Bumiputra. Muka dah habis jauh, takkanlah tak Bumiputra lagi kan? So actually, my father is a Chinese Muslim and Mu'alaf. So for that reason, I was unable to be accepted as a student in UiTM Shah Alam. And back to my story, at that particular time, I didn't have enough money to pursue my Sharia diploma at IIiM, since the fees was quite high, and back then I just a chambering student. So what I did was, I started selling cakes to my friends, family members, and office mates in order to pay my tuition fees. It's quite hard to juggle between life as chambering student, attending classes for my DSLP, and also selling cake in order to pay the tuition fee. And then the saddest part is, a week before my final examination, for my final semester, I was involved in major car accident. I broke my elbow, my knee, and I sent my car to car crusher because the case was classified as total loss. And actually, I supposed to graduate in 2019, but Allah's plans supersedes all plans. Even though I couldn't graduate on time, 4 years later, He granted me this award. Alhamdulillah. Dear all, based on this story of mine, I have a gentle reminder for myself, and I would like to share with you something that perhaps we tend to forget. The world right now is full of challenges and struggles. Some lost their loved one due to COVID-19. Some lost their job due to economic meltdown, and some became homeless due to flood. And some have not got enough food to eat due to war. And millions are diagnosed with anxiety and depression. Life is tough and rough nowadays. But never give up. Never lose hope in Allah. In Surah Al-Imran, verse 139 states, A'udzubillahi minasyaitonirrajim, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, وَلَا تَهِنُوا وَلَا تَحْزَنُوا وَأَنْتُمُ الْأَعْلَوْنَ إِن كُنْتُم مُؤْمِنِينَ. Do not lose hope, nor be sad. You will surely be victorious if you are true believers. Just do your best, and hard work never betray you, as long as you stop comparing yourself to other people and remain forever grateful for whatever you have. You are meant by Allah to be yourself in this world. You shouldn't be an imitation of someone else. Our life journey is about learning to become best whoever we are as a Khalifa of Allah. It seems that we have been measured almost every single moment in our life, starting from the kindergarten and then all the way to primary school, secondary school, university, and even in our career. At each phase, we are graded and judged by others. This is time we view all this differently. Let me say this to you. If you focus on yourself and concentrate on refining its character, you had surely have opened the door toward accomplishing some really amazing thing. If you minimize the time you spend on the bad things and give more time to good things, the good will eventually outweigh the bad. This is how math works, right? When we try to impress the world, we are going to stress out and live within the confines of people's expectation. Let's not do this anymore. Let's stop it. We will only weaken ourselves by doing this, because people can always find something to blame us. And the truth is, we will never be able to satisfy everyone in this world. Whose approval and whose pleasure we are seeking for in this world? Oh Allah, please forgive us. Last but not least, again, let's remember, never lose hope in Allah and always seek His pleasure. Before I end my speech, I would like to thank my biggest supporters, who are my parents and family. Thank you for your endless support and doa. Untuk ayah ibu berada di depan saya, terima kasih buat segalanya. Tak terbalas walaupun setitik keringat yang jatuh daripada kalian. Moga Allah berikan syurga firdaus buat kalian. Amin. To all the lecturers, Thank you for providing us tremendous education. You put your dedication to teach us despite your tight schedule and also sacrifice your weekend with your family. To all the Harun and Hashim Law Center, staff of Harun, Hashim and Center who work tirelessly for coordinating our classes, thank you. I would like to also thank you all my friends who are always been there for me, especially Ashraf and Munira. Without all of you, I won't be who I am today. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, Mr. Muhammad Faisal. I have the pleasure to call upon Ustaz Muhammad Asfandia Dilawar Khan from the Center for Languages and Pre-University Academic Development to recite the dua.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه ومن اتبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين اللهم إنا نسألك العافية من كل بلية ونسألك تمام الغنى عن الناس اللهم حبب إلينا الإيمان وزينه في قلوبنا وكره إلينا الكفر والفسوق والعصيان واجعلنا من الراشدين اللهم إنا نسألك حبك وحب من يحبك وحب عمل يقربنا إلى حبك Ya Allah, Tuhan yang Maha Pemurah lagi Maha Mengkasihani, berkatilah kejayaan para graduan kami pada hari ini. Pimpinkanlah mereka dengan restu-Mu. Bimbingkanlah mereka dengan petunjuk-Mu. Moga mereka berupaya mengharungi cabaran kehidupan yang sementara dengan ridha-Mu. Jadikanlah mereka dari golongan yang tetap dalam mengerjakan kebaikan ke arah-Mu, mengamalkan kemahiran dan pengetahuan yang telah mereka selama ini dapatkan di taman ilmu dan budi ini pada jalan-Mu. Ya Allah, berkatilah mereka yang menjadi pendorong kepada kejayaan ini, para ibu bapa yang selama ini berkorban dan bersusah payah memastikan anak-anak mereka bakal menjadi insan yang lebih baik daripada mereka. Berkatilah jua ya Allah saudara mara, rakan, taulan dan guru-guru mereka yang turut menyumbangkan jasa dalam melarakan kejayaan mereka pada hari ini. O Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate, bless the success of our graduates today and grace them with your divine guidance. Lead them with your blessings and guide them with your mercy, so that they will follow the right path in leading this worldly life. Make them your obedient servants, who shall lead this ummah towards its success and splendor. Let them be righteous and thankful to the deeds of those who had contributed to their achievement today, their parents, family members, friends and lecturers. Let them be dutiful sons and daughters who shall contribute with what they had learned from this garden of knowledge and virtue to their family, society and nation. O Allah, lead us towards the unity of entire ummah. O Allah, lay not on us a burden greater than we have the strength to bear. Blot out our sins and grant us forgiveness. Have mercy on us. O Lord, you are the protector. O Allah, God of infinite bounties, bless us and all the Muslims with good health and prosperity. Grace and guide us to your righteous path, and shower us with your divine mercy. Allahumma hdi wa barik li sahib al-ma'ali fi amalihi wa zidhu barakatan wa khayra. Allahumma ja'al jam'ana hadha jam'an marhuma wa tafarruqana min ba'dihi tafarruqan ma'suma wa la taj'al fina shaqiyan wa la mahruma. Allahumma taqabbal minna وأحسن عاقبتنا في الأمور كلها إنك نعم المولى ونعم الوكيل. وصلى الله على سيدنا وحبيبنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين. تقبل الله منكم.
Thank you, Ustaz. Adjournment of the convocation ceremony by the Honorable Rector of the International Islamic University, Malaysia, Professor Emeritus Tan Sri Datuk Zulkifli Abdul Razak.
Thank you. Before I start, I would like to apologize for the technical glitch we had just a while ago. For 8 days, it went very well. Maybe this mechanical thing also get tired after a while, I guess. So apologize for that, but otherwise I think everything went fine. I also would like to introduce and acknowledge people who have been working very hard for these 8 days. I would like to start with the committee of the convocation headed by Professor Faris Ismail. Maybe you need to stand up. There is a gentleman that leads 600 other people. Been working day and night to make it a very pleasant collection of days that we for the first time are able to succumb the COVID-19 by giving certificates, diplomas, and also degrees to our fellow students and graduates. So congratulations on that, and congratulations to all the people who have been working behind the scene to make this happen. I also would like to introduce our talented students, the Chitra IIUM, who have been entertaining us with all sorts of musics. Normally they would play a tearjerker, Ayah dan Ibu. But I guess today there's not much of Ayah and Ibu. Maybe Swami dan Istri, maybe we can pick another song later on for that kind of an occasion. Thank you very much for the gamelan and the music and also the rest, under the leadership of Brother Salmi. The third group that I want to recognize is certainly yourself, your spouse, your lifelong partners, your family. I'm sure all of them have given a lot for you to have this certificate today. I don't know whether they are here, but certainly your children. I know when I do work, my children suffer at the same time because they are devoid of my attention. So to them, we give also our acknowledgement and thanks to them for making it happen. Thank you very much. And last but not least, because this is the last occasion of the day, we would want to introduce to you some of the workers who have been working for so many days. I don't know whether they are around. Can they be introduced into the wall? Anyone? No? Okay. If there is none, just to acknowledge that they are here, and that maybe they're a little bit shy. They are the one who is the backbone of this particular activities today, so give them a round of applause. And we'll make dua. We'll make dua because this is not the last convocation. We'll have another one in August, a repeat of this, and hopefully we will do better than this one. So my dear diplomas and certificate recipients, you are now officially announced as the proud alumni of the International Islamic University, Malaysia. And I am very, very privileged actually to give this to them. For the small cohort, percentage-wise, I receive a lot more thank you than the number of students I've given this certificate or the degrees over the last number of days. I mean, that also tells us something. The younger generation are not as sensitive in terms of values as the older generation. We need to work a little bit more on this. So on that note, I would want to announce the adjournment of this convocation ceremony. Hopefully God will bless us. Hopefully we'll meet again. Hopefully you'll get better success in the future. Wabillahi taufiq wa hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. And thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Tan Sri. All guests are invited to recite Surah Al-As. The procession will now leave the hall. Please rise.
يا ربي بالمصطفى بلغ مقاصدنا واغفر لنا ما مضى يا واسع الكرم يا ربي بالمصطفى بلغ مقاصدنا